Enough is enough.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Indie Wrestling Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host as always, the queen of the indies, and I thought it was about time. We need another tag team. I need some tag team action. So, and it's great because I've been really excited for you guys, and I'm always tweeting about you, and I'm like, damn, book these guys more. You know, it's like you guys are like underrated. We needed like more of this. I love you guys. We're here with the rep. We got Nate and we got Dave. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Sorry.
Doing good. Well, yeah. Well, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Don't be a little salty. We had a little technical issues, guys. Sorry, you know.
It was Nate's fault.
But we're here.
How? You know, whatever. Yeah, it was my fault. Bad Nate.
I already see how this interview is going to go. So, guys, if you're new here to the Under the Rope series, here I interview everything independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, referees, behind the scenes in the independent world. So anything, I got you covered in the independent scene. If you guys got questions, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and drop those questions into the chat. So, I already see Matt Awesome's in the chat. He goes, 2 of the most coolest guys I know. What's up, Matt?
Accurate.
Accurate.
Accurate. Yes.
I love it. So
Another hot take.
So let's go back. Okay, let's go back. How did you guys meet? You know, how did the rep form? Like, let's start from the beginning.
David, please, you do this better and way faster and more concise.
We were outside. We were working at UPS. I walked up to him. I never met him. I said, "Yo, I'll bust your ass in SmackDown," and walked away from him. The next day, and we've been friends ever since then. I say about a few years, he was like, "Yo, you know what? We both like wrestling. Yo, we should try out to be wrestlers." I was like, "Yo, you can't just wake up one day and be a wrestler. You will have had to have trained for years. You can't just want to do this impossible task." And he was like, "No, fuck it. Let's just do it." Okay. And I have a very addictive personality. So once he was like, "Yo, this is what we do," I went and I did a bunch of different martial arts for like a solid year. And then after a solid year, I was like, "Yo, I'm ready. Let's do this." And then we tried out and the rest was history after that.
Oh my goodness. That's so crazy that it's like before, and it wasn't like that you guys met like in wrestling. For some reason, I thought you guys like met in wrestling, and then that's how you guys. Wow, that's
a lot of people think that we met in wrestling, but like, no, we were friends before then, and like, it just seemed like, all right, we're doing this. Let's give it a shot. And
that's awesome. So like to start like the whole journey together and being like friends, which is great. So where did the name The Rep come from? Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now.
That one sort of came from me, I would assume. Yeah, that one was definitely me. That was my bad. Long story short, like we were around before, like, you know, when the indies still trying to make a name, mostly like CCW, NYWC, small places up in New York. And we were called like the Dub Boys, like, you know, for years. And it was finally just like, we just got to kill that. Like, it had to be done. And the idea of the rep was just like, you know, like we got tired of not getting things that was, you know, that we felt was owed to us, things that we felt, you know, wrestling owed us, wrestling deserved us. And we were like, you know, kind of hot about it, a little bit mad. And well, what do we do? What do we owe? Reparations. And the booker at the time, we say the person's name.
It's up to you.
Ain't gonna worry about it, but if booker, nah. That's too long a name. We're gonna call you guys a rep. Cool, that'll work. It's quick, it's catchy, done.
Yeah.
It was Sammy Callahan, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's so cool.
Oh, we naming names. All right, cool.
Hey, drop the names if you want. It's all good around here. So how hard was that like transition from not knowing how to wrestle and like actually training?
I when we talked about picking a wrestling school, I wanted, the first school was ROH. It was when it was up in Bristol. It was kind of out of the way, but it was what it was. I had heard about CZW. I had seen a whole bunch of stuff from CZW. I was familiar with it. And I told him, and he was like, "Oh no, dog. They be doing some crazy stuff. Oh no, we should be able to train there. Huh? We might want to go to somewhere else." I was like, "Yo, it's in South Philly. We live in Philadelphia. Let's just go." I called DJ Hyde, which is weird to me because I thought he was an actual DJ.
We knew nothing of the independents.
Okay, yeah.
Also, too, a friend of mine had told me about a wrestler who I was familiar with named Joker. And then I saw a commercial where he was like the head trainer. So I'm like, yo, bet. I want to be trained by Joker. This dude just seemed like he all about it. He understand it. And he be out here mixing with dudes. I was like, oh, that's who I wanted to learn from. Because I figured if he beat our asses, then everyone would respect us anyway, because it was from him. At least that was my thought. I didn't realize what wrestling actually was, so on and so forth, back then. But that's what I thought. And then when I got there, everyone who was training at the school was done, and it was Drew Gulak's first day. So we got fresh, mean, fun, clever, witty Drew Gulak.
Wow. That's crazy.
And that was our trainer.
That's so crazy.
Most of our training was done by Drew Gulak at the CCW school, and he beat the living hell out of us.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting because I'm going to go into like later. So that's why I wanted to ask this question, because I want to go into, because now you guys are trainers, which we'll get into a little bit later. So I really wanted to know, like, how that like transition again, like you didn't know, most of us had just like watched like WWE. Well, back then it was WWF, and then it's like, you didn't really know what the independent circuit was. So here it is. You guys you go find a school in CZW, and now here everything's history now. So
I mean, everything in wrestling is like kind of like it's either slow or then it's fast out of nowhere. So it's like we knew like a couple of cats on the independents. We didn't know too much going forward, but it's like once you get into it, it's like, okay, cool. Here's everything.
Right.
Pick it up as you go along.
Right.
Here's a show. Here's this person. Here's that person. Here's another show. Here's this person. Here's that person. Here's the lingo, and you just start picking stuff up like as you go.
Right. It's interesting. Captain Dave's in the chat. Shout out to you. What's going on?
Captain Dave.
Wes is in the chat. He goes, "My son Kyle and me are looking forward to seeing you guys at Magic this weekend." So really awesome stuff. Let me give some love in my YouTube chat too. Hi Chad. Hi HP. He goes, "Please share some stories of Drew Gulak's training you two."
Not a problem. What is it? Do we want to go with the run around South Philly?
Yeah, that was fun.
That was it. What is it? Like training with Drew would always be like random things. Like I'm not sure if he planned it or he just think about it as he got there. But one day it's like, all right, cool. We're all sitting there. We need an arena in South Philly, and normally we would do things like we would just run in a long line, and we're running around and we're just following him, doing whatever workout he does. If he runs this way, you run that way. And next thing you know, we're running around the building and we just run outside. And he's like, just keep up. And we're just running through the streets of South Philly. We're running through. And this was the day that Nate, for whatever reason, came from work and forgot his actual sneakers.
Oh, no.
So I'm at the back of the line, not even tired, but I can't run because I think I had like my work boots on or something. So I'm running all around. Cool. Everybody run back into the building. Cool. Everybody get in the ring, except for myself and two other people. You guys were at the back of the line the entire time. You guys never moved. Do 1,000 squats.
Oh my God.
I'm very disappointed in you. While everyone else is training.
Oh no.
Then after a while, I just goes, all right, get in the ring. And never be at the back of the line again. Okay?
Oh no.
My legs hurt like hell right about now. Just sitting here doing squats for a while, but yeah, sure. All right. I guess I'll get in the ring and start getting to work.
Oh my God.
My favorite training with Drew Gulak's story is, all right, I gotta be very careful because I gotta pick a solid good one that's still funny, but also that describes Drew. Rather than you have a guy who's no longer working, You have a guy who's also on the indies. Being trained by guys who are still going for it, it's a little bit different. Rather than just have a set criteria to build upon, yo, this is what I saw this weekend. It was stupid. I hate it. I don't ever want to catch y'all doing it. This is what you do instead. Yeah. That was pretty much how we were trained. It wasn't a set path so much as it would be lucha one day. We would work on different concepts. We would spend more time cutting promos. We would focus on psychology. We would focus on he had everything in a way where the way it blended together, you just learned everything, did it again, and he would add one piece. So the more and more you came, the more you would be able to add on. And it just was a really good way to learn.
Yeah, it was almost like someone just saying, hey, here's a regular curriculum for school. And then someone's going, hey, here's what's going to happen in the real world where you go into this trade. So this is stuff we're going to focus on.
Wow. That's so crazy. That's nuts. I've actually got to, I was at H2O and one day, and I actually got to see Brandon Kirk with a couple of the H2O students help training. So it was a first for me. And like, as a regular fan, I know a lot of people don't really know what entails into training. So it was really interesting for me. I'm sorry?
And they shouldn't.
And
they shouldn't. Yeah, like, I mean, if we're going to touch on that for a second, like, we don't think that, like, the average person shouldn't know what goes into training.
Right.
Because it's nothing personal, but it's like, you can't just walk in off the street and do it. Right. Technically you can, but technically you can't.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of people who walk in off the street and try to do it. Mm-hmm. And with all due respect, it's like, yo, it's tough.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing that separates, you know, the guy who everyone will go, oh, he's a wrestler. And it's like, people look at him and goes, that person? Or, oh, that person's a wrestler. And you go, yeah, I believe that. Look at him.
Yeah.
Or her, like whoever, like, you know what I mean?
Right. It's really interesting, that I could definitely say. So like, even for me to like hear some of these stories, you know, like it's really intriguing to see that. So, and anybody who was like a little curious on that, I have a video on the channel too, if you guys want to see what goes on a little bit with the backstage of training. So, you know, since we're talking about training, you know, you guys are trainers now. So like, you know, we're just going to dive into it since we're talking about training. So like, how has that, you know, gone from you guys starting out, you know, two guys off the street, went into training, gone through this whole passion, you know, you've been wrestling for years, and now you guys are kind of pushing onto your knowledge into the next up and coming talent nowadays. So how is that, like, what you got trained off of, you know, and your experiences, how do you teach the new up and coming students?
Kind of similar to, like Dave was saying, about somebody who's still out here on the indies doing things. Mm-hmm. You know, we're pretty much training people pretty much like, hey, this stuff is happening and we hate it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go this way. Like, you know, some of the people who train with us, they'll tell you, like, we try to push hard. We push going to the gym. We push getting your body right. We push getting your mind right. We push, like, when you're in the ring, like, no offense, if everything looks fake, no one cares. But if you're in the ring and you get in there and it looks like a fight, okay, cool. People want to pay for that. People want to see a fight. Right. People want to see somebody who doesn't look like them in the ring doing things that they can't do. That's why they want to come see it.
Right.
Like, we sort of push things that way.
Yeah. It's interesting. So it's got to be cool, right? Like, that you see all these students are getting younger and younger and younger, I feel like, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's really wild, right? It's really, really wild to like see these students.
Locker rooms have changed drastically, even in the past 3 years. Mm-hmm. You would always have a guy who you never heard of before, and he would just start killing it, and you just start seeing him everywhere.
Yeah.
Now there are a lot of people who are gone. There are a lot of people who've moved on. There are a lot of people who got signed, and just watching an indie locker room now versus even 5 years ago, it's wild. Yeah. It's so different. Yeah. It's so different.
So, well, hopefully for the good, you know, like hopefully for the better.
Yeah, pretty good.
Awesome. Good. I see all you guys in chat, but let me start with this for also like the fans that may not know you guys. Clearly, I know you guys. Yeah, I've been watching you guys for years. I've seen you live numerous times. But for a fan, I like asking your opinion. For a fan that never saw you before, they're watching this interview right now, and they want to learn about you, what is the go-to match that after this podcast that they should go watch?
If I have to pick one off the top of my head, I would probably say the Rep versus Bear Country at Beyond. Please come back, and it's on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It's legit just four guys trying to beat the hell out of each other in the most violent way possible. Yeah, that's probably like an easy entry point to, okay, I kind of get these guys now.
Yeah. Nate, do you have any, Dave, do you have any, suggestions for the fans also?
I'm not gonna lie, that was the first one that popped into my mind. So much so that Nate's fiance got a giant photo of the four of us shaking hands at the end of the match.
That's awesome. The respect.
So that match is always the first one that comes to mind.
Okay, that's awesome. It was a great match.
Also, one of my favorite matches that we did that was mad fun. God rest his soul, but the one that we did with Murder by Kicks with Broadway and Matt Travis, that I thoroughly loved going up against them that way. That was one of my favorites too.
Which match?
From Tournament of Death.
A lot of crazy matches. Lots of them.
I believe that one might be on IWTV now. If not, then it would probably be on CZW Studios.
Awesome. Definitely go check that one out, guys. Let me get some love in this chat because there's like so many people in here. Thanks. Keep your questions rolling if you guys want some. You have some questions in there. I see you, Conrad. Everything Pro Wrestling. Matthew Lopez. What's going on? HP said, worried about crazy stuff when you did one of the coolest crazy things when Ken Broadway threw a plate of glass.
That was the match that Dave was talking about.
Yeah. Good cop, bad cop. How are you? He goes he loves doing these questions to all my guests, so I really look forward to every question that he pops onto my guests. He goes, with the rep being an anagram of her pet, have you seen Tiffany's dog McDuff? And what pets do you guys have?
Okay, first things first. I need to see this McDuff.
He's inside, so
we're gonna arrange that. But I haven't seen that. I don't currently have any pets right now.
I have the same cat I've had for the past 2 years. His name is Mister, and I like to throw fake kicks at him, and he sells it. He's my favorite cat in the world. He'll literally fall, roll, kick his head back, the whole nine. Fantastic. He's a worker, a real.
Sometimes he hulks up. I've seen it. That cat is a hell of a worker. He got a future.
I like that. Is there video of this? Because this needs to be put on social media. Because
I always feel corny for doing that stuff like that.
I like that.
I could do that, but like I don't know. That makes me feel lame.
It's not magic. It's one of those things you got to be there for, you know?
Yeah. That's like, okay, when I do my part 2 of Wrestling with Positivity, this is something that needs to go up on my channel because, like,
maybe.
Maybe we get one kick in there. Maybe one kick in there. Next thing you know, Pete will be on our asses all over Twitter.
I think that's great.
Hey, I think get more people to watch us, though.
Hey, you might get like TikTok famous or something like that from you, like 1 million views right off the bat. No, put that on YouTube and get some royalties off of that. So.
Oh man, that YouTube money coming in now, we killing it.
See? Prince is in the chat. He goes, I'll say this is a fun fact for everyone's year ago. I almost got into a promo battle with Felicia Rose, who was the Hit Squad's manager at the time, to go to the battle for #the rep. Also, I have to say, in the past, the rep and Black G's was the reason why I was watching CZW. So, Conrad says, how much does an athletic background play into training?
I'm going to be honest. It helps out a lot. Years prior, but the way athletics are in this day and age with all the different types and styles, it plays a huge role. Movement, even the way you jump, the way you turn, the way you pivot, even if you have a shoot background, and even how you grab somebody, it all plays a factor. Any sport that you have ever played in some shape or form, professional wrestling will make you use it.
Yeah, I mean, like the easiest way, like we just got pictures back from a lovely photographer the other day, and it's like Dave's doing a suplex and I'm doing a suplex. But just the difference in the way we're doing pretty much the same suplex, you can see it. Where Dave does Muay Thai, his feet are probably positioned a completely different way. I play football, I use my hips a lot. Look completely different. It's like having an athletic background, it helps. It's not, required, but it definitely helps the transition into wrestling, and you will definitely use it.
Okay. John in chat says, who's the unofficial members of the rep, not counting Chris, because of course he's a full member.
There are none. Dave McCall, Nate Wallace, and Chris Bishop. Like,
technically in certain circles, Julius Smokes.
Oh yeah, how about that?
I call her Miss Brooks. Jesse Bonesaw Brooks is definitely one now. You know what I mean in that regard. Also too, gotta give respect to Maven. Gotta give respect to Maven Bentley.
Maven Bentley hit me in the head with a jug bat.
I
mean, he did it with love, though. He did it with love.
No, he did it with force and violence and malice forethought.
I love it. Hi, Johnny. How are you? And then he says, hey, Rep, thanks for taking a pic with me and Lacey. Let's see. I'm filtering through like a bunch of your questions. Oh, Matt Awesome said that it's on Tubi, the match that we were talking about earlier. Wes says this Saturday will be the first time that I'm seeing you guys in person.
Or your friend.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Okay, so let me move on to some of my questions that I have here. So let's talk about most recently one of your matches. You guys got to work Bloodstorm, great people over there. You guys got to work Main Event. I can't believe that was the first time that you guys got in the ring together, correct? Was that the first time?
No.
It wasn't.
No.
Dave, you talk. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
The first match that we had with Main Event was at Battle Club.
Okay.
That was the first match. That was our first meeting. Actually, believe it or not, about 2 years ago, we were supposed to wrestle for another company. And as we got there, everything was all split. The one person who didn't get there was the nurse. So we didn't have a doctor. So because we didn't have a doctor, the first person who wanted to book that match actually was Rob Prefontaine. And he was like, yo, I've never seen it. I know it'll be great. I know you guys will kill each other. That's what I want. And, we always talked about that. We never had the match. We never had the match.
Right.
And then we finally did have the match. And what happened.
All right. It's
what happened was, just in case they still watching, we still got these, my guy.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Great tag team Main Event. I got to get them on the podcast too. I love those guys over there. You guys had like a great match.
They are right. They are right.
They're all right. Okay.
Nah.
They are right.
They are right. Okay.
A little cocky, if you ask me.
Oh, fight your words. I recently also got to see you guys at House of Glory. You guys work with the New York Wrecking Crew over there as well. So that was fun. Also, House of Glory came back. So that was really like cool. It was like so nice to like come back to, New York. New York's starting to like open back up with a bunch of their shows. Now, like I said, House of Glory is going on this Saturday as well, if anybody's interested with that. So that was a little fun. How was that like coming back over to Jamaica, New York?
Yeah, that was fun. We almost didn't make it. We
Uh-oh.
That was let's just say that was a last second booking. Last second is in Thursday.
Oh wow. Okay, that's okay.
But no, it's House of Glory. Like we love it. Like we'd love to come back there. It's good energy, good crowd. Like
it's
the crowd is my God.
Yeah.
Man, it's it gets you going. It makes you turn on that second gear and you just ready for whatever happens.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the fan base that's there. It's always packed. It don't matter who's booked. It's one of those promotions where you always have your loyal fans and you'll always see them. And it was like nice to be back there and see all those fans as over there as well. So, like we're talking about like tag teams. I love manifesting, matches on this podcast. They happen sometimes. So, and again, we were talking about, a lot of the new up and coming talent. There's a lot. They're getting younger and younger and younger. But has there been any tag teams for you guys that have like caught your eye that it's like, okay, I got to get into the ring with them soon?
Oh, we got a list actually.
Oh,
yeah, we got a few people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, we call them out in their hair. Friggin' Waves and Curls, where you at?
Ooh,
One parts.
with it.
Yokai, what's good?
Mm.
Even in Chicago, the besties. Yo, where y'all at? We've been around for a while. We ain't threw no hands yet. Let's go. David, who you got? Who you got?
Yo, honestly, you definitely missed out the Shook crew. We've never wrestled Shook crew. We've been around them for years, and it's never happened. And it's weird. Like, we've gone up in different weird ways with Bobby Orlando, but never the bell ring, I'm swinging on you. I've never gotten to do that.
Wow.
And I want to do that.
Bring your mom. Let's go.
I love it. Oh man, so many tag teams out there. It's so great to see it. All right, so I actually got to talk to Ryan Redfield, and we started talking about Undiscovered 19th. And you guys wrestled Ryan and Gigi Everson. So when I talked to Ryan, Ryan said that he would love to run this match back, or at least have a singles run with you guys. Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, look, we'll fight anybody. We really don't care on that one. So if he finds himself a partner, let's go.
Oh, okay. I'm with it. Let's see what else we got here. So I want to let's talk GCW. All right. You guys were on Fight Forever, which was so cool, which was such an experience, something different, 24-hour stream. Like, how cool was this? So you guys wrestled Faye Jackson and Will Nightingale. I love intergender matches. Let's go. Give it to me all day. So let's talk about the experience of working for GCW, working this 24-hour stream, little experience, again, working with Faye and Willow.
I'm gonna be honest. On that particular day, that day was super weird because we had a conversation about ending this team, ending professional wrestling, at least from the perspective of where we were at the time. Mm-hmm. COVID was on and popping heavy. It was a lot of craziness, a lot of different things going on all at once. And we had a conversation. It was, if we're done, I completely understand it's not a problem. But if we're going to really do this, then we really going to have to get back to where we were at. And Nate was like, you know what? Yeah, listen, let's keep going. And then maybe an hour later, the promoter hit us up about it without missing a beat. And again, if they're being away from wrestling, because you just sort of think that there's nothing that can stop wrestling, period. But we were definitely wrong. And seeing everyone all at once, people who you haven't seen ever since the shutdown happened, it was a crazy amount of energy. I mean, I haven't seen, from being honest, Leo, even Janelle, I haven't seen those dudes in years because of where the road took them. So it was just seeing everybody who we haven't seen in forever all at once. On top of wrestling, Willow and Faye, that's little sis right there. That's oh man. Oh man.
I felt so horrible, but you in the ring, so like
And then Willow hit me dead in my mouth, and I was like, "Yo, we going? Let's go, let's go."
Yeah, I'm gonna go on record to say this in case anybody ever questioned it or ever thought it. Willow hits hard as fuck. I'm gonna try to limit my F-bombs, but
you're
hard. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh man, it's just another way. It's great to like see her like all over the place. Like again, you brought up NYWC, out in Deer Park, Long Island, New York. Like I've seen a lot of people there. That's how I know Willow. There's a lot of people you bringing up names like MJF. I've seen out there. It's insane. Like where the years have taken everybody, and
I mean, like, if I could just jump in and touch on NYWC, like, that's a place that, like, we look at, like, the second home for us. Like, NYWC definitely was, like, one of the first people to, like, give the rep a shot. And so, like, all right, we're interested. Let's see what you guys got. And it's like, it helped us, like, fine-tune, put those things together, to make the rep today. So it's like, by all means, like, if you in Long Island, stop by.
Definitely. And there's a couple like little promotions that run out of there too, so which is always fun. So definitely go check it out. A lot of people that you've seen on this podcast have rotated through that school as well. So definitely check that out. So I missed them. I gotta get my butt over there. It's been a minute, so I get out there. So let's talk another great match. Let's talk Catalyst Wrestling. So it's like I've seen you guys even like when it was Capital. We had Matt on the podcast recently too. We talked a little bit about Catalyst. You know, I got to see at one of the most recent shows you guys with Darius Carter and O'Shea Edwards. Like, how was that working with them? Like, again, people for years, and like, how is that working with them? Uh-oh.
Yo, Darius, O'Shea is the man. O'Shea is the man. I bangs with him. Darius Carter, he's an asshole. But man, I have seen that dude walk into situations and tear the house down. I have seen that dude. I've had conversations with that dude where he changed my perspective on the business. Mm-hmm. We had a singles match, and there's very few people who's hit me as hard as him, if I'm being honest. And I really, really enjoyed myself. That's one of those people where I am very surprised that he isn't known by more people, because he's one of the few people who stays true. That is a heel. I understand that people don't. That terminology is supposedly supposed to be dead, but Darius Carter, he knows how to do it.
Yeah, he's great.
Equal opportunist. I've seen him. I've seen him toss some big boots to some females, and I've seen wigs fly off.
Yeah,
those are fun. Those are definitely fun. Those matches, I've had those laughs too. He's great. If you guys haven't seen that interview, go back on the Under the Rope series and go check out my interview with Darius Carter, because that was fun. Great guy. Love seeing it. I've got him backstage too as well at Catalyst Wrestling. So great people. So I mean, you guys, I have to say, you guys have a really good 2021. You guys worked a lot of different promotions, which is so nice to see. So like, congrats on you guys. Another one, like, I want to know what the heck happened here, because I wasn't at the show, but I saw clips. So I want to talk about SWF, and I want to talk what the heck happened with you and Brandon Kirk. It was a 2-on-1 handicap match. What happened? Is there going to be a rematch involved? What is going on?
Kirk, bring your wife. Let's go.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody couldn't make a date, and Kirk did not want to go out the guy who just gets the title. He said he wanted to fight anybody. Mm-hmm. So we came out and we had a little match, and because of an interference, he walked away on top.
Okay. So rematch, you want to
bring KC, bring the team, so we can drop them both.
Oh, I'm with it. I'm with this. Okay. I'll see it. Like, would you be interested in doing like deathmatch form, or is this like straight shoot? Like, would that be a fun, like, would you like to do something like that?
Dave and I are violent enough where we don't even need weapons. We can leave a mark on you. Don't worry about that.
Okay. I mean, we're just talking about like tournament, like survival, like tournament death and all that. Like, so I get it. I completely get it. So, hey, I'm for it. Take my money. Let's go. Let's do some fan tweets over here. John says, favorite venue, place you've wrestled?
I mean, I'm stuck between three. In terms of the energy, CZW at the arena, gotta be one. Mm-hmm. Warehouse of Glory runs, that place in Jamaican Queens, the energy there, you feel it the second you get there. Mm-hmm. Honestly, the FET building, what is it, in Providence, Rhode Island? Mm-hmm. That place just has a wrestling was meant to be there type of thing. Mm-hmm. Any venue where you just feel like wrestling is supposed to be there, something special.
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say, remember the third place we went when we did the Smash tour? We wrestled Tabernacle team. That place, it's not always the big venues, but it's the type of venue where it feels like, okay, a fight should happen here. And that place was a little bit dark, but it had a little bit of light. It wasn't the biggest, it wasn't the smallest. There was a bar there, and there was enough people around the ring where you just knew, like, this is where a fight's supposed to be at. And like, I enjoyed that venue pretty much. I enjoyed that venue a lot. And just trying to be different from Dave. I mean, Dave already took the arena, which is, the arena. But for a while there, like for a couple of years, Skate Zone was actually a pretty fun place to be at. Like, CCW used to run the Flyer Skate Zone over in Voorhees. Like, when that place was packed and everything like that was a fun place to be at.
Awesome. I like finding out about like new venues too. Like, you never know. Trying to travel all over the place, so that's pretty cool. His other question was your current realistic top 3 matches.
Briscoes number 1. Love to have a fight with the Briscoes.
If it's possible, Black G's and Joker.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's definitely something. Love to have that on the list.
And there's someone else. We haven't wrestled in a long time, and I can't freaking remember. Somebody who I want to have a better match with again. This is just for me personally. Mm-hmm. I want to wrestle the Rock Nest Monsters again.
Wow.
Yuma and
we'd have to get all the way out to California. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Whoever's tuning in, you never know. Like, okay. Like,
I had a match with them years ago, and I just want it. I want it again. I want it again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm with it. Hey, you never know, right? That's the joy of independent wrestling. It could always happen. Another fan tweet from Chris. He goes, venue that you would love to wrestle in.
Tokyo Dome. I don't know.
Why not? No, why not?
Maybe the Garden. I don't know. I kind of want to wrestle in the Garden, I guess.
A sold out building.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to wrestle in one of those.
Okay.
And we can know the money.
Yeah, those are always good.
Yes.
Hey, that's great. His other question is, who is your favorite tag team past and present?
I gotta pick one. Screw it. APA.
Damn. You beat me by 1 second.
I love Ron Simmons. Love Ron Simmons to death.
Okay. His other question is snack of choice while on the road.
Wildberry Skittles.
Ooh.
Coffee.
Yes, we're besties now.
Yes, golly.
Okay, but the question is, what kind?
Come on, you basic bitch. Tell him.
There is nothing wrong with pumpkin spice. There's nothing wrong with it. It is a seasonal flavor. You get to have it once in a while, and that's it.
Whatever you say, Karen.
Wow.
I'm done.
Let me be great.
He called you a Karen. I'm done. Oh my god. Okay, let me go to another fan tweet. Prince says, which promotion tag team championships do you want to add to the collection first?
House of Glory.
Yes. I'm with that. Yes. So you guys versus the Lucha Bros. Let's go.
Whatever.
Let's go.
Doesn't matter.
Let's go. Whatever. That's the current.
I want the house. We want the House of Glory tag titles.
Let's make this happen.
Period.
Yes. Tweet it. Let's make this happen. You guys versus Lucha Brothers. I love it.
Close number 2, AAW.
Okay. Another great promotion. Fan tweet from Johnny says, which team do you guys want to fight next for your tag team titles in SAW?
I mean, do they have to work there? I think it's we already named the list of teams that we want to we want to fight. Not trying to dodge the question here, but it's we want teams that want to fight. Bring in the besties. Bring in either main event. I don't care.
Yeah,
bring in the Lucha Brothers. It doesn't matter.
Bring in the culture. Culture Inc.
Oh yeah, bring in Culture Inc. Why not? Let's go.
Yeah, Culture Inc. for
yeah.
sure.
You're
For
like,
sure.
you're like, I don't care. I'm gonna defend it, and that's it. Like, it don't matter. Bring your A game, right? Pretty much.
The number one thing we care about is we want it to be a tag team.
Right.
That's really like something that Dave and I care about. Like, if you're singles wrestling, you got your buddy and y'all both singles wrestlers. That's fine and that's cool. We not that pressed.
Okay.
We want tag teams. Okay, you a tag team, you work as a tag team, cool. We want to fight. Everybody else, meh.
Okay. All right. John in the chat wants to know. He goes. What about being in Wrestle Lab? Another great promotion. I got to get my butt to.
What about it?
I guess, you know what? Why don't you talk a little bit about your experiences? Maybe like some of your favorite moments there.
We got to beat up MSP. That was pretty fun.
Yes, that's always fun.
Enjoy that one a lot.
Got to beat up on Alex a little bit. That was cool.
Yeah, Alec Price. Yeah, he's another one of those new guys coming out there. I got to throw him around a little bit. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's funny because Alec Price is coming on Under the Ropes, and so is MSP. I haven't announced it yet, but MSP is coming on the podcast. Great.
Oops, didn't mean to spoil it.
No, we're good. We're good. So you guys got those.
Don't worry. What is it? Still the vibe? Yeah, I think that's it.
Yes. You have anything that you want me to ask them on that live podcast?
Round 2. What's up?
Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna ask them that at the end of the month. They're coming on, so we're gonna ask them all about that stuff. So, you guys travel a lot. You know, you guys road trip together. Give us. I love asking this question. Give us one of your best road trip stories.
The letter.
Are you gonna don't get in trouble? It's supposed to be like a fun thing, like a fun.
No, but it's one of those things where it's like you think about it, it's like it's road trips are one of those things where it's like sometimes the stories are fun, and then sometimes the stories are pretty much funny to the people who were there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it.
So it's like we don't want to throw something that only we're gonna laugh at, and everyone's like, "Well, that story was dry as hell. And these guys are boring." Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. How about when we did Wrestle Bear Country at Beyond? Mm-hmm. Like what is it? It's Dave, it's myself, it's Wheeler Yuta and Chris Bishop all in the car. Yuta calls Dave and tells, was it supposed to pick up Dave at about 4:00? No, 3:00. Calls Dave, Dave's not up. Calls me around about 4:00. Nate, you up? Yep, I'm wide awake. What's up? Dave's not up. All right, cool. Come pick me up, and then we'll go get Dave. He comes to pick me up. I live probably about 10 minutes away from Dave. We're sitting out in the car, calling. Finally gets up, casually strolls over to the car and just hops in. It's already about 5 a.m. now. Keep in mind, the show started. What?
In my defense, though, usually when we have to get up that early in the morning, I just leave my, choose my words carefully. I leave my door unlocked because I do fall asleep and they could just open the door and wake me up. That was the one time I forgot to leave the door unlocked. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why that happened. That's the only reason.
So once again, we are running because we have to be at the show by noon and we got to get from Philly to Massachusetts. And it's about 5 a.m. So, needless to say, we're hauling ass. We're trying to get up there. Oh, and we're double shotting that day, too, because after we leave from Beyond, we have to go to Long Island, NYWC.
Oh, my goodness.
Lovely trip. Busy day.
That's a
good
lot.
time. We make it up there. Place is right outside of Gillette Stadium. We all took a picture. We flipped off the Patriots. That was wonderful. Never forget that. Get in there. Work our butts off, have a nice little match. We're feeling good. By the time we leave from the ring and get to the backstage area, our phones are blowing up from our original trainer, Mr. Goulet, who was now ripping our match apart, telling us everything that we did wrong.
Oh, wow.
We ain't untie a boot yet. We haven't even got back to our clothes, really.
Yo.
Like,
paragraphs.
Paragraphs.
Oh, man.
And then we drove through a monsoon because for whatever reason it started raining hard as hell. All the way from Massachusetts to Long Island.
Oh my God.
We made it.
Oh my God.
Ran in, wrestled another match, hopped out, and said, "We got to just get home."
That's gonna be rough though, like that commute, like, you know, especially like back-to-back matches and things like that. Like, that's gonna be a rough, you know, wrestling life, right?
There you go, fans. Support your favorite wrestlers. We go through hell for you.
No, you guys do. Like, I will always say that. I know I see a lot more than like probably like the average fan does. You guys, like, I can't thank you guys enough for like all the entertainment that you guys do. You know, for us, it's a lot. So guys, buy merch and, you know, go say hi. And I always tell people, like, if it's their first indie show, go talk to the wrestlers. Like, you know, I know you guys like appreciate that. So you know what? Let me ask this question, because this is a fun question that I've been asking everybody on this podcast lately, since I'm all about wrestling with positivity. And I did, I have it pinned on Twitter if you guys didn't watch it. There's a whole video. We've had wrestlers and parents and fans come on and share stories of interactions that they have had. Has there been any moments for you guys that like just stick out to you that you're like, that kind of like touched your heart? You know, maybe like a fan did something for you guys, or maybe you witnessed something with another wrestler backstage, or anything that comes to your mind?
We did a show in the UK for IPW, and Ethan's page is on the left, Tremont's on the left, it's us, Gacy is on the right side. And in my brain, I'm thinking, yo, none of these people know who the hell we are. They're going to walk right by us and just keep going. This shouldn't take long. Every single fan who came today, what is it, IPW?
Yeah, IPW, right at the merch table, by the way, yeah.
And they came right by, talked to us, and one of the fans had a picture of us that I do not own, that I've never seen before. I don't know where they got it from. I don't know how they got it, but I have never seen that picture of us before, and it blew my mind.
Oh, wow.
I didn't think that people cared, but they did.
That's awesome. See, these are the moments that like are so important. So I love hearing stories like that. That's so awesome. What a great memory. Let's see, what else do we have here? You guys, I got any more questions? Let me check this chat. Johnny says, the rep, do you guys want to fight the Amazing Graysons again? That match was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Run that back. Run that back.
Awesome. All right. So if you guys got any other questions, drop it in the chat. I got one final question, and then we'll go into what you guys got coming up next. So, but we always have a lot of fans, whether they're, you know, inspiring, or we have a couple of fans that actually just started training. They always like listening into the podcast. They like asking questions. There's stuff that goes out on Twitter, asking stuff. So for any inspiring or amateur wrestlers out there, you know, what's a piece of advice that you would give them?
Do it. Don't wait. One of the pieces of advice that I got, like, just starting out, years ago in New Japan, they were running the arena in Philly. MVP was on the show. And I'm sitting there and it's like, yeah, I was like, huge MVP fan. So I was like, well, screw it. Like, I'm going to wait till, you know, everyone else walks away, because I just want to, you know, just ask them pretty much the same question. And I told him, like, look, I'm trying to do this. And he stopped me right there. He said, you don't try to do it. Either you're going to do it or you're not. And once you decide to do it, go hard. Don't wait. Don't sit on the sideline and hope. Get in there and bust your ass and go as hard as you possibly can. Work out as much as you can. Learn as much as you can. That's the best advice I can give.
Great advice. Any other advice for you, Dave?
Figure it out. Nothing about this is easy. Nothing about this is natural. There are but it opens up doors. How you talk to people, how you view the world, the friendships that you make. It may not seem like it all the time, but it's worth it. I can't imagine life without these experiences. It's 110% worth it.
Good advice. By the way, Casey said, tell them to bring an extra pair of tights.
Oh gosh.
Talk about you, dog. Talk about you.
Casey Catala, or how you want to say Casey Kirk, however you guys love to, name her. I don't even know what to call her anymore. I joke around with her saying, I don't know what to call you anymore. You're Casey Kirk, Casey Catala.
I ripped her underwear one time.
Oh, no.
I didn't mean to do it. We were having a match over at Dojo Wars at CCW, and I just grabbed her by pants and picked her up, and I didn't think about it. And then, I just leaned over and she goes, Nate, you just ripped my underwear off me. Oops. Worst part is I was tagging with Brandon Kirk at that time, and I just went, you got to go, you have to wrestle your wife. I can't do this. Apparently, I just ripped her underwear off. I can't do this.
So you owe her underwear now?
No, I owe you an ass whooping for what your husband did. That's what I owe you.
I'm done. HP in the chat says, ask them about DJ's driving. I was
I'll do one.
Do one.
And I'll use very particular words.
Uh-oh.
He's driving. As he's driving, there are 4 people in the car. As he's driving, he goes, who did they put over as world champion? That's fucking stupid. And as soon as he says that, as he's looking down, driving through 3 lanes of traffic, of course we run into somebody. Or the other person runs into us, excuse me.
Oh my God.
Not looking, not paying attention. Whew. Crazy.
Oh no.
The best part was, it wasn't fast. It was a very small hit, little fender bender. And he turns around and he looks at us and goes, I'll handle this, guys. And we're like, all right. He gets out of the car. He walks up to the other guy, and then we just see him come walking back. And he's like, did you handle it? He's called the cops already.
Oh my God. I'm like, oh God, don't get me in trouble on this podcast.
No. It's just funny because he thinks he's going to talk his way out of that ticket.
Oh, that's great.
He tried it.
That is great. I love it. So much fun. So let's talk about, what are you guys coming up? So what's I know we talked about this Saturday. I have the photo here for you guys if you guys are interested. Pro Wrestling Magic, another great promotion. Definitely check it out. You guys are wrestling AMS. This is gonna be fun. Richfield Park. Yes. Great venue. Love this place. Everybody runs out there.
Come out.
Yeah. Show up. I think we're gonna it's gonna definitely be a whole lot more violence this time. Definitely show up. You ain't gonna miss this one.
Like violence. Is there anything else coming up that you guys like? I know there's certain things that are probably not announced or whatever. Is there anything else that
there are a few things we're talking about that's not announced yet that we don't have confirmation on. Mm-hmm. And like Dave and myself, we sort of tend to slow down a bit towards the end of the year, but I say keep a lookout. Following us on Twitter and Instagram is always the best place. Matter of fact, I think we are doing CZW at Studio Z on, the 19th? 18th? What is that? Look at my calendar right now. It's the 19th of December.
Awesome.
Over in Blackwood, New Jersey. Pretty much, that's pretty much what we got going on right now for the month of December. We're working on a few things. And like you said, we kind of were everywhere.
Yeah.
In 2021. In 2022, we're definitely talking to more people and trying to get more and more places. Figure let's move around. Let's get everywhere we can. Let's show, tag team wrestling ain't dead. A lot of promoters always say, oh, we need more tag teams. We just don't know where to find them. And it's like, okay, cool. If you guys want to come to us, we'll come to you.
Awesome. See, book them, guys. I always say it. I love seeing you guys in the indie circuit. I book you guys more. Again, you guys, like I said, this year has been great. 2022, let's go. You know, maybe more traveling. Maybe you guys get out to California again. Maybe try some new states. Maybe there's some bucket list promotion. Hey, maybe you go to Japan. You know, you never know. Mexico, you never know. So I hope to see you guys like soon all over the place. But you guys are amazing. Stay amazing and all that stuff. So tell everybody where they can find you if they want to like support you and all that fun stuff.
At the Rep Nate, Twitter, Instagram, everything. At the Rep DMC, Twitter, Instagram, everything. It's easy to find us. Just type in at the Rep in one of our names, and you will find us.
Awesome. And you guys, if you guys want to support with merch, you guys, I know you told me you guys are working on a site, but they can DM you or catch you live.
Catch us live. Hit the DMs. We plan on bringing some merch,
Awesome.
and we're working on some new stuff. So don't worry about it.
Awesome. So I can't thank you guys again for coming on here, chatting a little bit with us. So looking forward to, you know, the rest of the year. I'm going to see if I can come Saturday. I'm still fighting a little bit of a cold, so I don't want to go in with this world of COVID and like, oh God, like, you know.
Bring
like,
your mask. Bring your
like sneeze and then it's like, no, like get out. I'd rather like stay, you know, in my house, in my little bubble before I get somebody else sick. So guys, be safe with all that shit, but like I'll be watching either way. So like I think it's on Twitch, correct? The Pro Wrestling Magic Saturday is on Twitch, or is it IWTV? Yeah. So definitely look out. Make sure you guys are following Pro Wrestling Magic as well, so you could watch that live, because I've been able to watch you guys like live if I'm not there. So you guys kick ass. So guys, that's going to wrap us up for today. I can't thank you all for all your questions in the chat. Thanks for chatting and sharing and all that fun stuff. So with that being said, stay safe, support independent wrestling, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.
See ya.
See you.